Greetings and what's up, Face-Off fanatics. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Movie Trivia Face-Off here in our Geektacular division. Joined once again on the desk by David the Spaniard Garcia. We're looking forward to a very competitive match today. David, how are you?
I am having a really good weekend, to be honest.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I guess. Now, nothing to... Yeah, I'm great. These two are... Malcolm and Joe are both incredible competitors. Malcolm is a seasoned player in the fan leagues. He runs Full Metal Random, and he's doing a great job at that. Mostly because he booked me in a Star Wars random match, so that's doing a good job. And Joe, he is a killer. He knows how to study, and he's just one of the top 5 players by own merits. So this is going to be an interesting one because Malcolm is looking for his second win, which will put him in a great position in World War Kick.
Absolutely. Every competitor wants to put themselves in that better situation, that better position by putting themselves higher in the ranking. The only thing you don't want to do is slip backwards in the ranking. Oh, David, once again, I heard the news, no longer number 1. And one of your fellow top 5, by every metric, you are correct, because in this match is someone in the top 5, Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly, ranked in at a number 4. Obviously, this is a big win for either competitor today. Malcolm really could make a name for himself, jump up those rankings. But Joe looking very strong, and maybe he could come and push you down to number 3, David. We'll see what happens if he can take the win today.
Well, I don't know how Corey does the rankings, but I think if Joe wins, he and I will be at the exact same record. So I don't know about that. But what I have to say about losing the number 1 rank, if it was going to be someone, I am really, really, really glad that it was the Hype Man. So, I mean, and I am also really, really, really glad that Ruben, slipped out of the top 5. That makes me happy.
And I am so very, very, very glad that someone could take the spot from you, no matter who it was. All right, this match definitely does not need to be hyped too hard. We've got 2 amazing competitors. We know they're coming in here, and they are going to fight with just a ton of passion, a ton of knowledge. They are strong in their game, and let's hear what they're feeling about this match today.
I've been disrespected enough times over the fan leagues. Like, people are like, Malcolm doesn't know he doesn't know anything. But I'm here to prove that I do know stuff. Joe, I'm sorry, but you're just in my way, but I'm determined to win. I'm determined to overcome the obstacles put in front of me. Some may say I'm crazy. You may be right, but I might be the crazy one you're looking for.
I'm back. Now, I posted a little video this week, and afterwards a couple of people said, "Oh, you're a heel, you're a heel." Well, if the determination to win is heel tendencies, then I guess you could call me a heel. Malcolm, the crazy kumquat, or wherever you're called, I'm not here to disrespect you. You are a good player. I'm just better, and I'm going to prove that today. You were in charge of Full Metal Random. You had your dealings in Full Metal. You are one of the people responsible for the rise of Robert Parker. You are one of the people responsible for what he did to me. And today, just like everybody else in this league, it's just your turn to suffer. Be honoured you get to be first. That's all I have to say. Here comes the Fuzz.
Well, look at that. Joe Farrelly, obviously in a bit of a mood. He's got some strong opinions, and that's what I like to see personally. A competitor who just wants to inflict pain and get that victory. I am loving that. David, what do you think?
Well, honestly, I kind of... If every single person who got knocked out by Robert Parker just took it personally, the fan leagues would be a much darker place. So, I mean, all I have to say is, Joe, chill, because Robert Parker has KO'd a lot of people. Again, I respect the determination to win, but Malcolm has that as well. As he said, he is one-on-one right now, and people kind of overlook him sometimes, but I tell you, if he spins Harry Potter, this match is going to be incredibly close.
I am absolutely looking forward to a deep match today. I'm expecting some 5-point questions coming out. And boy, with all of this buildup coming at you, let's get those competitors out there and get this thing underway. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first. He is the Krazy Kiwi, Malcolm Lay.
Hey, Malcolm.
Hey,
Malcolm coming armed with his whiteboard and a wand, and his opponent will be coming in now as well. And introducing his opponent, ranked number 4 in the GEEKTACULAR division. This is Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly.
Hello, Joe.
Joe, welcome. I like the hair. I like the shirt. Looking good, my man.
How are we all tonight? I say tonight, it might not even be night for everyone else here, but it is for me.
It is for me.
And welcome to the early afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and boys, we have a tough match ahead of you. Obviously, you are both seasoned competitors in this division, but nevertheless, here are the rules for you as we're going to get going into round number 1. In round number 1, each competitor will receive 10 questions from 10 different GEEKTACULAR categories. Each of these questions will be worth 1 point. Once we ask you the question, you will have approximately 15 seconds to answer and write the answer on your whiteboard. If you get a question wrong, there is no penalty. And of course, you each have, during the course of the match, 3 repeats. You can ask for a repeat if you need another 15 seconds on your question. Just go ahead and ask us. You will get 1 free technical repeat and 1 free repeat of options in round 2 during the match. You have a challenge. If you do not like the way a question was worded, you feel that we are incorrect in some respect here at the desk, let us know and we will review it. If the challenge is upheld, you will keep your challenge and we will make a ruling on whether the points are taken, awarded, or a new question asked at that time. If the challenge is overturned, you will lose your challenge. Gentlemen, do you understand the rules?
yep.
Loud and clear.
Joe, are you ready?
Oh, yes.
Malcolm, are you ready?
Really?
And David?
Yep, let's do it.
Then let's get ready to face off. We will start with question number 1 in round number 1. Your category is, Malcolm, you'll like this, Wizarding World. What is the name of the street in London which has an abundance of shops devoted to the dark arts?
I'm pretty sure you will like that shop. Elk.
Oh, they got all the best fashion there. You go into a vanishing cabinet and you come out looking fly as me.
What does looking fly mean?
Looking good, David. Well dressed,
right.
dapper. 5,
yeah, you know,
4,
that couldn't be.
3, 2. Yeah, what Joe's doing as well. 1. Pens down, and we will go to Joe.
Nocturne Alley.
And Malcolm.
Nocturne Alley.
Both absolutely correct. 1 point each on the board.
All right, gentlemen. Your second question comes in the category of MCU. All right, so your question. Who plays Everett Ross in Black Panther?
What did you think of Black Panther, David?
I think it's super, super, super overrated, and especially because of how it was promoted. He was promoted to be the next big thing, and I think it's just average. It is not in my top 5. It's probably not in my top 8.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, and we go to Malcolm.
Martin Freeman.
That is correct. And Joe?
Martin Freeman.
And that is absolutely correct. Good job.
Moving in the right direction early in round number 1. Both competitors doing well. Your next question, question number 3. In Middle-earth, what is the full name of the dwarf who heads the company in the Hobbit films?
Also, so for full name, I think this needs a clarification. We are looking for the name and the nickname.
Well, that's why David is on the desk, because he has some awareness of what these questions mean. Lord of the Rings, is that set in somewhere in the East?
Yeah, or the West, because that's like the song. No.
And I'll have to take your word for it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will go to Joe.
Foreign Oakenshield.
That is the answer we're looking for. Malcolm, do you have that?
Foreign Oakenshield.
Correct.
Wow,
For
this
a
is
third point apiece.
very, very good start for the two of them. All right, guys, next question. Oof. I am sorry, guys. In DC, in the movie Steel, what sort of weapon did let me start again. In Steel, what sort of weapon did John Henry Irons develop for the military?
So, David, I asked you already about a movie you're a fan of. How about this one? Not a fan, I'm guessing, from your facial reaction.
I have actually seen it once, and I mean, you know, Shaquille O'Neal was big, figuratively and literally.
I'd love to have good memories, but I can't disagree with your assessment in this one case. That movie is not very good. 5,
Well, we have
4,
to disagree, so you have to like it.
3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Okay, and we go to Malcolm.
I had no idea. I put laser gun.
That is incorrect. And Joe?
I also put laser guns.
Well, the correct answer was a sonic cannon.
Sonic cannon. All right, the first miss of round number 1, but both competitors obviously still strong. We expected this would be a good match all the way through. Let's go to your next question. Oh, I'm glad I get this one. Gentlemen, Star Wars is your category. In the film A New Hope, Luke tells R2 to shut down the garbage mashers on what level of the Death Star?
Woo-hoo. Those numbers, gotta love them, unless you're hillbilly.
Yes, you guys are big fans of this scene. I know I've just seen that in the past. I don't know why there'd be any focus on this one over another particularly, but you Star Wars fans like to focus on everything. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Joe.
The detention level.
And Malcolm.
I didn't have a specific one. I just put second level.
The detention level was the answer. R2, shut down the garbage mashers on the detention level.
Yep, that's a really good impression.
I mean, it was
No, that's a
5.
terrible impression. I can't do a Mark Hamill.
I want to touch the station to pick up some power converters. Okay.
And apparently neither can David.
All right, guys, your next question comes in the category of Marvel movies. In Men in Black, what is the name of the pawn shop owner whose head Kay shoots off? And we are going to accept, we can accept only the last name. I wish you had your head shot off.
Well. Your true feelings finally come out. And yet you're still ducking me on that match, David. It's amazing the way that works out.
We can tape it right after this match.
No, right after this match, actually, I have to go and host an event. I'm sorry. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Repeat the question. That's a repeat.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so in Men in Black, what is the name of the pawn shop owner whose head Kay shoots off? And we will accept only the last name if you have that.
Yes, just last name, an acceptable answer.
You're using his first repeat. Do you think?
Definitely enjoy.
Let's see if he can come up with the answer.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Right, and we go to Malcolm.
I've probably got this wrong. Is it Zeb?
Close, but not correct. And Joe?
Jeeves.
Jeeves is correct.
Yeah, we can accept that.
We can.
Okay, show us the.
Yes, I can see that it is a B on your board.
Yeah, is it Jeeves?
I think he originally wrote Jeeves and then wrote over the V with a B in his last moments.
No, I'm talking about the. Show us again, please.
So it's as in Jeeves, like ask Jeeves.
Yeah, I know, but no, it's a B. But I am talking about the E after the B. Doesn't that change the
I think that's
pronunciation?
fine. He knew
Okay.
he was the first one to get the question. He got the pronunciation of the character correct. It is Jeeves, Jack Jeeves.
Okay, so we are giving Joe the point, and that he goes up 5-3. That repeats everything.
Certainly not an insurmountable lead, and hey, we're only a little over halfway through this round. So let's see what happens as we continue. Two strong competitors, and your next category, gentlemen, will be in weapons, technology, and magical objects. Your question is, what is the name of the magical object that is used to turn a fireplace into a portal to another location in the Harry Potter films?
That will be really comfortable. You know, no traffic, don't have to pay for public transportation or gas.
Yes, it does seem like it would be a quicker way to go, but lots of lawsuits, I imagine.
Yeah,
Even in the wizarding world, for people who step into fireplaces. And 5,
We get splinched.
4, 3, 2, 1. Using the term splinched casually, so I'm guessing you probably have it, Joe.
Blue powder.
And Malcolm.
You need to be careful about your pronunciation, but it's flu powder.
And your spelling, but you both absolutely nailed it. Well done. Good point.
Well,
Definitely.
spelling doesn't matter when you go traveling places. So.
All right, guys, your next question comes in the category of Star Trek. In the Wrath of Khan, Khan says his followers are all that remains of the crew of what ship? So this movie is the favorite of a lot of people. I didn't like it that much. I mean, I liked it. I think it's one of the best of the original generation, but there are a lot of better movies in the Star Trek.
Well, you've never had a correct opinion, David, but I am admitting I'm a bit curious to find out which of your Star Trek movie is your favorite. We'll have to talk about that later because it's 5, 4.
Repeat the question.
Okay, that's a repeat for Malcolm.
1 repeat used each, both players taking this seriously.
Okay, so in the Wrath of Khan, Khan says his followers are all that remains of the crew of what ship?
See, as a Next Generation fan, Wrath of Khan is still my favourite. I don't know what it is, but that movie is just superb.
Debuting in the original series episode Space Seed. The character of Khan in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens down.
All right, and we go to Malcolm.
I'm not sure, but I think this is a Star Trek ship, the USS Reliant.
That is a Star Trek ship.
Correct movie,
Correct
but
one.
wrong ship.
Yeah,
And Joe,
that's the Botany Bay.
Botany Bay is correct. Okay, and Joe, and Joe's lead is starting to get big with 7-3, and Malcolm used a repeat on this one.
Absolutely. It is looking a little worse. That does not mean that he cannot come back. Obviously, just looking for a miss at this point. Joe playing incredibly well indeed. So let's go to question number 9. In the category of Back to the Future. And I wonder if they'll get points. Let's see. What is the first name of Marty's mother, played by Leah Thompson?
I watched Howard the Duck the other day. I don't think I will be able to look at this actress the same way.
Might be helping out with that, but I think they were both getting it anyway. This one, I think, might have gotten a gasp of easiness from the Schmodown crowd. What is the name of Marty's mother in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Pens down. We'll go to Joe.
Lorraine.
That is correct. And Malcolm.
There's so many songs not liking Lorraine.
And 1 more point on the board for each competitor. On that, the penultimate question.
Okay, guys, your last question of the first round, no perfect rounds. In Shazam, in the category of DCEU, by the way, in Shazam, which of Billy's foster siblings attempts to greet him for the first time, but making him a poster?
Can you say the name of that film again for me, David?
Shazam! They are going to be team champions someday. I'm sure.
Oh, yes, indeed. No comment whatsoever, folks. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Okay, and we go to Malcolm.
Darla?
Darla is correct for a point. And Joe?
I also had Darla.
All right. Nice performance for both of these competitors. 9-6 at the end of round 1. No perfect rounds. Yeah, this was a Malcolm coming in strong, missing those 2. But, and Joe, as we expected, putting in a really strong showing in the first round.
Very, very solid indeed. 6 points, actually a very good first round. Even for 10 questions, you want to stay above that middle point, that 50%. And it's within a few points of his opponent, a few points being key, because we know what can happen in the wheel round. You can lose a few points. Heck, you can lose a lot of points to your opponent in the wheel round, depending on what category comes around on that wheel. And a good steal or two as well can change the game when you are still within 3 points. So I'm looking forward to it. I know they're both not going to give up on this one. Gentlemen, we will get into round number 2, which is, of course, the wheel round. The rules for the wheel round are each competitor will receive a spin of the category wheel. Whatever category they land on, they will be asked 5 questions from that movie trivia category in the Geektacular world. Each question will be worth 2 points. If you check to multiple choice, you will be given 4 options, and the value of the question will be reduced to 1. Your opponent does have the opportunity to steal should you miss or fail to answer a question in this round for the current question point value. So that's 1 after multiple choice, 2 if they have not gone to multiple, but you cannot ask for the multiple choice yourself. At this time, you both have 2 repeats remaining. You both have your challenge remaining. Do you understand the rules, gentlemen?
Yep.
I do.
All right, so your categories for today are DC, Star Trek, MCU, Back to the Future, DC EU, Marvel, Middle Earth, Weapons Technology and Magical Objects, Wizarding World, Star Wars, and as always, opponents and spinners' choice. Joe, you are in the lead 9-6. Do you want to go first or defer to Malcolm?
I will spin first.
Okay, so this is your first spin, Joe.
One of the most important moments in the match, seeing what you're going to get off of that category wheel. Joe lands himself on DC movies.
I'll spin again, please.
Okay. Okay, so this is a dangerous moment because whatever he lands on, he has to keep.
I get a feeling he was thinking of the fact that we asked him a question about steel when he spun again.
Oh, and this is big for Joe. Star Trek movies.
Yes, indeed. Joe came in as a higher ranked competitor. He is in the lead. I will go ahead and ask Joe his questions in the category of Star Trek, something we are both fans of. Joe, your first question in Star Trek. In Star Trek the Motion Picture, Ilia is abducted by V'ger. Where does V'ger's Ilia probe reappear first in the ship? This is already a tough question.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know.
And a tough movie to watch as well.
I do not mind.
Choice. Shouldn't, but yeah, multiple choice.
Multiple choice has been asked. Your multiple choice options, Joe, are A, Ilia's living quarters, B, the medical bay, C, in a shower, D, pantry in the kitchen.
C.
C, in a shower or bathroom, correct for a point. Well done, Joe. Good use of multiple choice.
I didn't have gone multiple choice.
All right, your second question is, in Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, what does Captain Kirk sell in order to get cash to pay for the supplies they need?
His glasses.
Absolutely correct. 2 more points for Joe. Already looking impressive in this one. Question number 3, Joe. Kirk and Bones are framed for murder in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. Who serves as their lawyer when they both go on a trial?
I'm not going to get his name. Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A. Spock, B. Uhura, C. Dr. Marcus, D. Worf.
D.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
D.
D. Worf, correct for one more point.
Yep.
Got that one. That one sticks out to me. I've watched that movie, and that's one of the few things that I always remember.
That's a
I don't
little
want to think
weird.
I got it, but I do believe it's Worf's father.
Yeah,
It's his
I think
grandfather.
correct.
It's Worf's grandfather, which is why I couldn't remember the name.
Yep.
But
That
it's
is-
the same name.
That is a fair thing to say about this question, and we will give him all the time he would like to challenge the question that he's already gotten a point on.
I'll take the point.
Malcolm, I will get to be fair. I will give you the chance to challenge as well. You might get the chance to throw this out, or you can leave it as is.
I'm not going to bother challenging.
All right, let's move on to your next question. Question number 4 in the category of Star Trek for you, Joe. Demora is the name of which Star Trek character's daughter?
Sulu. Hikaru Sulu.
Sulu, Hikaru Sulu is correct, and the James Bond of space. Don't at me.
Hey, Sulu's a badass, man.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Question number 5. Joe, looking to take yourself all the way up to a big 17 points if you can make this without multiple choice. In Star Trek Into Darkness, how does Khan kill Admiral Markness? Almost did darkness again. I'm gonna repeat that. You can edit that out. Question 5. In Star Trek Into Darkness, how does Khan kill Admiral Marcus?
He crushes his head.
Squeezing his head with his bare hands. That is something of a vice grip, and that is 2 points for Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly. Incredibly well played round number 2. And now Malcolm is going to need a monster round if he wants to keep this as tight as he can.
All right, Malcolm, this is the wheel for you. And ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Real reality, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
Uh-oh. Ooh. And he lands on Back to the Future. The slice Joe put on the wheel. Do you want to keep it or spin again?
Spin again.
Spin again from back.
Spinning away from Back to the Future. I do not blame him.
Yeah.
If you knew your opponent put a slice on the wheel and you want to hit that, and
Well, I guess you're stuck with Back to the Future anyway. So, yeah, that's going to be
what
for
the
you.
wheel can do. It's just so mean sometimes.
All right. So your question in Back to the Future. First question. In the first film, what does Marty hit with the DeLorean immediately upon going back in time?
I love these movies. I've said it before, but
This is a
man,
great
you just start to realize as you get older all the things that you don't know.
Multiple choice.
Okay, your options are A, a scarecrow, B, hay bale, C, barn, D, a sign.
I want to say it's a sign.
That is incorrect. Joe, for the steal, do you need the options or do you know it?
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow is correct for a 1 point steal. And he goes up 18-6. Malcolm needs to get some points to avoid the knockout. Okay, in Back to the Future Part 3, what does Marty use to hit Buffer Tannen in the bar when they first meet? What would you use to hit someone, Helk?
Usually, if I have the option, I like a vehicle driven by somebody that's not me for both deniability and distance.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Repeat the question.
Okay, that's the second repeat for Malcolm. In Back to the Future Part 3, what does Marty use to hit Buffer Tannen in the bar when they first meet?
I believe that's Buford Tannen.
Buford
Mad Dog Tannen.
Mad dog.
Multiple choice.
Okay, your options are A, a bottle, B, a spittoon, C, a chair, D, a chandelier.
Bottle.
That is incorrect. Joe, your options. A,
It's a
bottle.
spittoon.
B, what?
Spittoon.
Spittoon is correct for another point steal. All right, next. What? Sorry, give me that.
Question number 3, I believe.
Yeah, I have to just adjust there. Malcolm's repeats, and there we go. Okay, your next question. In Back to the Future 2, what delivery company brings Marty? Okay. In Back to the Future Part 2, what delivery company brings Marty Doc's letter at the end of the film?
Multiple choice. I need to get points.
Okay. It is A, UPS, B, Pony Express, C, Western Union, D, US Postal Service.
Is it US Postal Service?
No, it is not. Joe for the steal. Do
Western
you need
Union.
the Western Union is correct.
This is definitely a strength of Joe's, picking up every steal that gets dropped his way. That's a rough round for Malcolm so far.
Okay, Malcolm. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you need to hit these 2 questions for 2 points to avoid the knockout. So you cannot go to multiple choice. All right. Your question. What is the name of the high school dance in Back to the Future?
The Enchantment Under the Sea dance. Ball.
That is absolutely correct.
2 very important points.
Okay, so Malcolm, this is do or die for you.
I know.
In Back to the Future, what is the title of George McFly's first novel?
That is something I bet when you were a kid and you were watching these movies over and over, you knew the answer to this question. Anybody could have asked you, but right now, will he be able to pull it?
I remind you, you have 1 repeat left.
5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
Okay. So, what is the title in Back to the Future? What is the title of George McFly's first novel?
This would be an incredible pull.
I don't know. Is it Darth Vader versus the Martians?
5. And your winner by way of knockout, Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly. Well, what a incredible performance by Joe in that matchup. Malcolm staying close in round number 1, but Joe, every steal that came to him on a good category after Malcolm couldn't get away from Back to the Future, he picks up, gets almost all his points in round 1 and round 2. Ouch. He is incredible in this matchup, and that is going to do it. He's going to take down the victory.
I mean, he got sort of a perfect game. You know, there is some debate. I don't know. He missed one in the first one. Anyway, yeah, no. So, Malcolm got just unlucky because he was doing relatively well. He was close from Joe. Joe had to go to multiple choice in some of the Star Trek questions, which was supposedly a good category for Joe. And Malcolm, he just got stuck with Back to the Future, a category he doesn't know well and that Joe put on the wheel because he knows it. That's just the wheel. It makes you or it kills you.
And this is one of those matches where you absolutely have to say the wheel made its hit today. It took out its victim because that wheel changed the entire matchup. if we don't see that wheel land on Back to the Future, not once, but twice for Malcolm, I think we are seeing a round number 3 that goes deep all the way to the 5-pointers. Wow, that was an incredible round number 2. And Joe Farrelly is your winner, as mentioned. Let's go ahead and we will take a moment to talk with both of our competitors today. Doing your post-match interviews will be, I believe, me?
I think it is you, yeah.
Well, of course it is, fans. And the reason why it's me is because you want more of me. So let's kick it over to the Elks Lodge. Watch this. Star wipe. What's up, Face-Off fanatics? Welcome back to the Elks Lodge. We are here with one of our competitors in today's matchup. Ooh, boy, I mentioned it out there on the desk, Malcolm. That is not what you want from a round number 2. That wheel came in with an agenda against you today.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. That's why when Back to the Future was put on there, I instantly should realize I should have rewatched those movies. I do like Back to the Future, but with only 3 movies in a category, they get so deep cut so quick.
That is true. Definitely with only 3 movies to draw from, we've heard some questions before. We have to go and find something pretty specific to try and make sure that it is not something that's been asked before. Are you saying that you think your round number 2 was an unfortunately or an unfairly tough one, Malcolm?
It was. I mean, I wouldn't say it was unfairly tough. I think it was just more unfortunate than anything. Because personally, I felt that Joe's Star Trek category was easy as pie. I would have got them all on the 2-pointers, but yeah, it was just unfortunate how that round went.
Absolutely, it was. And sometimes you just can't fight against what's coming at you. Today, the match was going to beat you down. And beyond that, you were facing a very strong competitor. Obviously, Joe performing very well in that matchup. I just think this is one of those things you got to get back up. You got to shake it off, Malcolm, because that's not going to happen in every match. And he's not always going to get his strength, and you're not always going to spin one of his other strengths. You will definitely have better matchups than that down in the future. You're coming back. Who do you want to face next in this league?
I don't really have anyone that I really want to face or has got a beef with, but I've just got my goal set on World War Geek and just see what happens there. Then, yeah.
Absolutely, Malcolm. As mentioned, my condolences there for the match. That was a tough one. Sometimes you just can't run away fast enough. Sometimes it's a steam train coming at you, and that looks like what happened to you here today. With that, we will go to his opponent, Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly. All right, Face-Off fanatics, we are back with a dominating performer. We are back with a man who scored 20 points in that match and comes away with the knockout. Absolutely massive when he's only into round number 2. Incredible victory. Congratulations to you, Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly.
Thank you very much. It feels good. It feels good. My last match here, it didn't end well. It still ended with the words knockout, but this time it's in my favor, and that feels good. When you're coming off a loss, you need to get back in. You need to have a win, and maybe one day I'll answer a question in round 3. Who knows?
Well, that would certainly be nice. Obviously, round number 3 is something that you can look forward to. Another thing you can look forward to is moving up those GEEKTACULAR rankings. You are going to be very well positioned. I don't know how it's going to shake out exactly, but I know this is definitely something that's going to put you in a key position. That means you've got more chances to draw that high number for World War Geek. You're already locking in that advantage for yourself, and you're getting closer to being right there, nipping at the heels of a champion. If you should not win World War Geek, you are in our top 5, and you are looking incredible. The only question I have for you is, who do you want next?
I don't think it really matters. I'll face anyone. I mean, I faced Malcolm today. The wheel wasn't exactly on his side. No disrespect to him. And there'll be no disrespect to the person I face next. I'm not here to show anyone any disrespect. I'm just here to beat them.
All right, he's a man who does not lack for confidence. He's coming for any competitor in the GEEKTACULAR League. He wants, what? Ruben?
Let me butt in for a little bit, my friends. Joe, how's it going, buddy? I
Oh, hi,
I,
Ruben. Good to see you.
I think it's time, right? I think it's time we go ahead and announce a little thing that we want to announce, right?
Well, I did mention it in that video I posted on Facebook. I did say that I wasn't doing it alone, and I think now is the right time.
Welcome to the League of Shadows, Joe. This right here is one of the best geek competitors out there, without a doubt. He's up there with Nick and I, and the three of us are in the League of Shadows. We reveal that much. And Joe here, he's going to dominate, as he proved in tonight's match. And of course, his opponent wants to whine and cry and be a little baby about the fact that the Back to the Future question was way too hard, way too difficult. There's 3 movies, buddy. Watch them, okay? You knew they were on the wheel. Watch them. Joe, wonderful job, buddy. Wonderful job. Great debut for the League of Shadows from your perspective. And yeah, we have much more in store. And I'm so glad for the league to head into World War Geek, and we have more and more people to reveal. So keep your eyes open, guys.
All right, that is Ruben with a whole lot of words. He's obviously a verbose person. Joe letting his actions speak for him, not so verbose, but putting up those points and climbing those ranks. Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly walking away with the victory today, as well as a brand new membership badge, a shiny card for his wallet from the League of Shadows. With that development, I am in shock, and I will tell you to not interrupt the Elks Lodge interviews again. Ruben, my goodness, this is unfortunate. Let's take it back over to the desk. Andrew Kelk and David Garcia.
Well, so you got interrupted. Nice. I like it when you're uncomfortable.
I mean, I never do this to other people, except for all the times that I do. But in my defense, those people are jerks, and they're not me.
Yeah, there is only one of you. Thank goodness.
It is unfortunate that I was interrupted there in my wonderful post-match interviews, but obviously that is a big development. He's climbing those ranks. He's very well positioned, possibly even #1 in the division after a win like that, David. And he's joining the League of Shadows. Obviously, some strong competitors mentioned in there already. They are looking like a group of individuals to watch out for, and possibly for a Geektacular competitor like yourself, somebody who down the road you may be looking to get victories over if possible, because that's a strong group of folks.
Well, I mean, it makes sense that Ruben is surrounding himself with good geek players, because he chose too much in the geek division. So, but I will say this though, I don't think this is a good strategy, because they are all good Geektacular the players. They are all going to be after the Geektacular Championship, and for me, that's. And I probably am going to get beat, but I was referring to the animals. I was doing a metaphor. So, yeah.
Continuing from there, you are absolutely right. They are very strong competitors, and that's what it's all about right now is the Geektacular competition. It's heating up. We're seeing big scores put up in our matches, and we've got World War Geek coming down the pike in a little while. Still a lot of excitement for that. A lot of competitors want to get in their pole position so they can draw the best numbers for World War Geek. Looking forward to that one. Still a ways away, still time for every competitor to get in there, to mix it up, and to make a name for themselves. For David Garcia, and for everyone here at the Movie Trivia Face-Off, you see their names. They're scrolling by on the bottom there. All our editors, all our question writers, everybody who makes this league what it is and who brings it to you, especially me, Andrew the Elk Kelp, bringing you all the excitement every day. I'm the greatest. Don't forget it. And I'll see you next time we face off.